I use Notion agents daily, even for creating systems in Notion. So if you're still using Notion without them, let me tell you that you may be missing out on one of the best advancements that Notion has ever made. I have consulted and built Notion systems for more than 70 companies since 2020. And many of the things that I used to do manually that used to take hours now take seconds thanks to Notion agents. After watching this video, you will know exactly what Notion agents are, what they can do, and how to use them. We're going to divide this video in 4 chapters. Chapter 1, what are Notion agents? Chapter 2, how to set agents up in 1 minute so you can get the best results from it. Chapter 3, I will share 11 business use cases to give you ideas on how to use it. And Chapter 4, what's next for Notion agents? If you are new to the channel, welcome, I'm Daniel, a certified Notion consultant since 2021. My agency has helped more than 70 businesses creating hands-free operational systems with Notion and automation. Okay, so now first, what's an agent? An agent is an autonomous AI that can take decisions for us and that can run autonomously for an extended period of time. In the case of Notion, that is 20 minutes. So this means that this agent can run without us for up to 20 minutes performing different actions. The main cool thing about having agents in Notion is that these agents can actually perform actions on everything that we as humans can. Meaning, they can access blocks, they can create new blocks, they can edit them, they can create new databases, they can create properties within those databases, so they basically can do whatever we can do. But this is not the only thing. These agents can now connect to some of our apps, for example, our email app, our calendar app, our Google Drive, and can also search the web. Okay, so now how to set it up? Well, you have 2 places to start using Notion AI, which is over here, or if you are within a page, you can use it over here. Both are the same, but the only difference is that if you open it over here, this will automatically take the context of the page where you are in. If you will do it over here, you will have to mention with the @ which page you are referring to, and it will already take it as context. Now, to answer the question on how to set it up, well, Notion has already set it up for us, but we can customize it a little bit so we can get the best results from it. Because think about it. This Notion AI agent is going to have access to everything that we have inside of our Notion workspace. But that can be a lot. I have a lot of things here, personal, professional, and I don't know about you, but I only want to use it for professional mainly. So what I want is to tell the agent where I store the core things that I want this agent to be using. And we can set that up by coming over here where it says personalize. Here I have already given a name to the agent, an icon. We have these icons to choose from. Oh, there's a Halloween one. I'm gonna keep one. And what is the most important is the instructions. We can edit the instructions here, and this will bring us to a page where we can write and describe how this agent is always going to behave. I have seen other creators creating very complex instructions with different modes of action and everything, but honestly, I like to keep things to the simplest form always, and the only thing that I want is that this agent keeps things concise, and I only want to tell him where I'm storing all my data. For me, this is my client data, in which database it is, where all my consulting and done for you projects are for the agency, where are my tasks and internal projects, where my YouTube channel is being managed through, the same for my newsletter, where are my finances, and where are my SOPs. All of this is going to make a little bit more sense after we dive into the use cases. But according to my experience, this has helped the agent a lot in order to find which is the actual data that he has to use. Because, for example, I have many tasks database because of what I do. I record this video, so I create task database for demo purposes. But like this, I'm telling the agent which is the actual task database. And this is the only setup that we will need to have. So now let's focus on the 11 business use cases that I have found Notion agents can be the most powerful with. Okay, so use case number 1. Here we have the AI meeting notes block. And while this is doing an incredible job at taking notes and summarizing, here we can see an action items area. The bad thing is that if these action items stay here, I will forget about them because they're just on a page somewhere. So I can use Notion AI to ask him, turn the action items in this page into actual tasks. And here we will see all his line of thought. Here he understood which is the task database. And now he's creating all the 8 pages, which are all these 8 action items inside of the task database. If we want to see them, we can see one over here. Delete unnecessary properties, scroll final project, final video, blah, blah, assigned to me. Delete unnecessary properties. So you see that I didn't need to give him any context of which action items I'm referring to, because he already knows that is this one because of the contextual information that he already has. And I didn't need to tell him which is my task database because he already knows it through the instructions that I've shown you earlier. Okay, now use case number 2, we can use it for generating reports. For example, if we want an ops report to know like how many clients have we been working on, how long they've taken and all of that, as long as we have this information stored inside of Notion, which if you are a structured company, probably you already have, you can directly ask the AI. Let's create a new conversation. For example, generate a report so I know which are the most profitable projects that we've done in 2025 versus how long they've taken to fulfill. Because let's say that I want to maximize profit per time used to fulfill that project. And that is it. He has given me the answer with all the different clients, with the profit that I had. I mean, of course, I have to blur it for privacy and the number of days that it's taking me. And here it's telling me like the best profit day appears to be this one client, blah, blah. So yeah, I can also tell him, okay, turn this into a shareable page, because let's say that I want to share this with my boss or someone. And here we have it, even a formatted page, and even with links to open each of the projects and the quick takeaway. Okay, use case number 3. For very quick systems, I'm using Notion AI to actually build those systems. What do I mean by this? Let's say that I want to plan a trip, and I don't have trips very often, so I don't have a system for that. I can use Notion AI to come up with a trip management system. Let's come over here. And since I am going to be writing a long prompt, I'm going to be using my voice for that. And for this, I use an app called Whisper Flow. It's called Whisper Flow. It's written like this. I want you to create a travel management system that allows me to track all my trips and also to plan where I'm going to be staying for the entire length of the trip. I also want to have a different database where I can start adding all the areas and places of interest that I may want to visit for a particular trip, and another one for storing all the different resources that I may need for the trip, such as train documentation, plane tickets, hotel reservations, and all of that. Let's try it. We can see that he's already establishing the database structure, creating all the 3 databases that I've told him to create, or even 4. Let's see what it comes up with. Trips, trip resources, places of interest, and stays. And now it's creating all the different properties for each of these databases. Now it's creating the relations between each of the databases. And as we can see, this is part of the agentic feature that this has. It can think through the action. Now it's adding more relations. I mean, I could be leaving this in the background and just, I don't know, go for a cup of coffee or something, even though this took like 1 minute. Okay, all set. So if we have come here to stays, but I prefer to see all these with more data. So can you add some fake data to demo this to my viewers? So yeah, I prefer to show it to you with some data. So we can also ask Notion AI for that. I mean, as you can see, he has also searched the web because all these places are real places. Okay. So now in stays, I have Midtown Manhattan Hotel. Let's see trips. I have New York client tour. And here we can see places, resources, the ticket from Barcelona to whatever, stays, Manhattan Hotel, inside of the hotel, the cost, check-in, check-out, I mean, the address, status, booked, even the status. I didn't even ask for having a status. Booked, staying, completed, canceled, lodging, hotel. Oh my God, this is even better than what I prompted. So for this kind of on-the-fly systems, this is very useful. I wouldn't build an entire organization system with Notion AI because, I mean, first you need to understand the structure that you needed, and for that you will need a little bit more knowledge. But for these kind of use cases, I'm finding it that it's amazing, and it's even doing a better job than what I have prompted him to do. Now, use case number 4, I'm using it for maintaining databases. Okay, so for example, here I am in the typical task database where I have some tasks that are overdue and that I have not done. So we could have an agent take a look at this database, find which tasks are overdue and assign to myself, and push them to either today or tomorrow or whatever. But you can scale this use case to whatever maintenance you need to do to your databases. Okay, so let's try to make all the overdue tasks be pushed to today. So for this, let's prompt it. I want that you find all the tasks that are overdue and push them to today. But first, let me know the list of tasks that you are going to update before you update them. Well, here it's telling me all the tasks that are overdue, and now I could tell them to push the due date to today, and that will be it. This is also very useful for example, SOP databases, where we may have a verification time and we want to check when they are overdue. So this can tell us, okay, how many are there overdue? Check the list. Okay, push them one more month because they're all fine. So now, number 5, we can use it for writing content. Of course, if we have a lot of data inside of our Notion, for example, all my meeting notes are stored in Notion, all the meetings that I have with my clients. And typically during those conversations, they tell me which are all their pain points because of the lack of systems or lack of automation. And I could be using that as the source for new content ideas. But before, I will have to remember what they told me or take a look at my notes and figure out some content ideas from that. Now I can simply come to Notion AI and say, please go through all the conversations that I've had with my clients in the past 4 weeks and come up with content ideas for my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm being very basic with my prompting, but since it's for content ideas, instead of selecting the auto model, which probably is gonna choose ChatGPT 5, I prefer to use Claude because it's much better at content generation. Now he's already understood which is the database where I'm hosting all the conversations, which this is something that is within the instructions. Now here is finding all the different calls that I've had with clients, and there you go. The number 1 mistake that makes client hate your deliverables, fixed price versus hourly price. I found a 9-person job that AI can do for $200 a month. This is about an insurance company, phone coordination, automation that we were talking about. When to fire a client projects. Lessons from knowing when to cut losses versus push through, business lessons, support month, what it should do, what it shouldn't. So yeah. These are, some of them are good ideas, some of them are trash ideas, but this has already saved me a lot of time searching through all the conversations in order to create content around them. Okay, so use case number 6, we can also use Notion AI to research leads that have come into our CRM. So for example, this can be one lead that had just come through booking a consultation call with me, which, by the way, they are free, and you can book one in the description of this video. And in this call, we're going to go over your current systems and automations and your operational problems, and we can talk about which systems and automations you may need in your business. So yeah, this is a lead, and I'm going to prompt the AI to do a research before I'm having a sales call with this guy. Please research the lead that we have on this page by going to his website and finding all the information that you can about his business. So I can use this information in the sales call that I'm going to have. Please disregard that this is me and treat me as a real new lead. Okay, he's already finding information from my website, my business overview, operational systems agency, position as fractional COO, Systemize 75 companies, service focus, task automation, fulfillment processes, value prop, pain points they solve, pre-systems, can focus on strategy, can hire, even products and offers. Yeah, so basically now I know everything. Okay, so another use case that we can use this for is to actually write emails to leads that we have lost connection with. So again, for this, we will need to have a Notion as our main CRM. But if we have it, we can say something like, please find all the leads that have not been converted into clients yet and figure out which email I can send them to reactivate them so they can come back to me and maybe even book a second consulting call. Okay, so right now, he's already trying to see how he can filter clients versus no clients. Probably he's already found them. Okay, so basically this has found all the different leads that have not been converted into clients and basically written an email to all of them. I wouldn't tell the AI to send them automatically, but here I can also tell him to write something personal about something that we talked. So yeah, this it's proven me quite useful for the past couple of months. Use case number 8, if we are having all our information of our company inside of Notion, one of the things that probably we have is SOPs. For example, here I have all my different SOPs, strategic, operational, basically how we do everything. So for example, how to create a client case study. Okay, let's say that I'm a new hire and I don't know how to create a client case study. So I may come to Notion AI and ask, okay, I just finished with delivering a service to a client and I want you to find in our SOPs database, how can I create a client case study? Okay, so here are all the different steps that I will need to take in order to create this case study. So basically one of the things and early developments or early AI developments that people were charging for was to organize all your information so the AI can read it and put them all in a rack system or something like that. But now it is not necessary. If we have all the information inside of Notion, we can use it for the AI to know how we do things in our company, and this is always going to be up to date as long as you have your SOPs up to date and written. Okay, use case number 9, working with ideas. This is something that I used probably a couple of days ago when I was trying to figure out some ideas for my YouTube channel. I put a lot of probable YouTube titles over here and put checkboxes on it. So I say, okay, I want this, I want to do this, that. So I was basically checking all the different titles. And once I finished, I can tell the AI to basically put these ideas that I have checked inside of my YouTube database. I mean, if it were just these 7 or 8, it wouldn't be such a big deal. I could do it manually, but I had like 68 or something. So yeah, this made me save a lot of copying and pasting, and it did it perfectly. Okay, use case number 10. We can use also Notion AI. Let's say that we have copied this for like some report or something that we saw online, whatever, and it's completely unformatted. It's difficult to read and everything. So we can tell Notion AI, please format this page so it is very readable. You can use headings, you can use colors, and everything that you think it's gonna make this page be more readable. And since Notion can access blocks and every function that we can as humans, there you go. He has added some colors, some bolding, some colors, some bolding, some tables, some next steps, even some callouts. Yeah, I mean, it took like 1 second and now it's so much better. And finally, use case number 11. I don't know if you know it, but 11 is a lucky number. Again, since we have all our data inside of Notion, we can use Notion as our business coach. So according to all the KPIs and financial information that you have from my business, I want you to be my business coach. And I want you to tell me whether I'm going in the right direction to fulfill my financial goals, or if I will need to start doing something new or to double down on some other thing. Okay, so yeah, what I told him is, according to all the KPIs and financials, am I going in the right direction or not? Yeah, so basically he's telling me that I'm in the right direction, but probably I need more visibility, which is what I'm doing with these videos. He told me to keep the 2 videos a week cadence, to even add a paid funnel, which is something that I tried in the past and honestly didn't work. So yeah, 30-day execution plan, finish tracking dashboard, meta ads, publish 4 videos, review pipeline. Yeah, and now of course I could have a conversation, but basically you can understand that this is already understanding, 1, what are my goals? 2nd, what am I doing for those goals? And 3rd, it is theorizing about what I should be doing to achieve those goals. Okay, and now the 4th chapter of this video. What is this going next? As you can see, all these prompts have been manual prompts. So whenever I need something, I'm going to tell the agent, hey, I need this. But Notion has already told us that Notion agents are going a step forward. And we will soon have the possibility to schedule those agents. So this will be the same as having an intern in your company and saying, hey, Peter, please every Friday create a report of everything that every team member has done over the week and send it to me through email. Now we will be able to schedule an agent that does exactly just that. So of course we will have time to create a much better prompt, much more organized, because we will have to create it once and it will repeat every Friday, let's say. And every Friday we are going to have that report ready for us. Or all these maintenance tasks that we can do in our databases. Okay, at the end of the week, check all of the overdue tasks and clear their date or whatever you want to do with them. Or the same with SOPs or even the same with writing emails to potential leads. So everything that we will want to do on a recurring basis, Notion agents will be able to do. And of course, as soon as this feature is live, I will be recording a video about it, so you can know how to use them better. So if you have a company and you want to start using Notion and AI and automation inside of your business, but don't know where to start, this is what we do in our consulting calls. They are free and you can book one down below. We only do 2 a week, but if you can see that there are spots, it means that it is possible. So that is it for the video, guys. And as always, hasta la próxima.